Hi everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel Fitness Fit Computer Geek. Today, in this lecture, I will give you more coding example on arrays. In the last lecture, we have seen some coding example on 2D arrays. Now continuing that, let me show you few more examples. And I think I will try my best to make it a last video on example on arrays. And next videos we will see, I will try to start a topic pointers. So hope this will be the last video, or I guess let me make it a last video, and more or less you can practice more code on online. And I just my basic purpose is to just give you gist of coding, how you gonna code and how you gonna understand the topics. That's why I do the coding example. As you can see, I'm doing coding example 3 to 4 videos on my coding example of arrays. So in this, I think let me make it a last video on arrays coding example, and from next video we will discuss pointers. Okay. So without wasting any time, let's begin. Let's hop up to my code block now. Now let me just you can practice on the last code which you have discussed. So but if you have deleted code, don't worry, I will begin from the scratch again. I will take the input arrays and then do the code whatever we want to do. So let me just create new file and save it as let's save it in codes actually. So yeah, here you can code here. So here I stored my all the codes. Let me save it as study.c. So just create the header file. So today we're gonna show first code. Let me show you how to add the elements of a matrix. It will some logic based question. Okay, so let me do that for you. So how to finding the sum of matrix, and not sum of all the elements in the matrix. Sum of all the elements of the matrix. So first of all, what you have to do, let me just take two value of size of matrix you want to perform, and suppose that will be the m and n, and just take the input from the user, enter the rows and columns of matrix. So we when m and n value ready, m comma and size of matrix. Now let me just define an array of array a, suppose a, with size m and n. So now what we have to do, we have to take the elements take the elements of the array from user. So for that, just let me print this message first. Enter the elements of the array. So what you have to do, we have to just perform a loop. I get m, what type is for j equal 0, we will just take the input scanf ready percent of a of I comma j, and let me just mention the percentile. Yeah, forget it. So here we are just taking input from the user, and now we have to suppose we want to display the input too. It is the biggest part, but let me do that for you. Anyhow, let me do that. So how are you gonna do? For int I equal to 0, I m and for int j equal to 0, j n plus ready a of I and j. We just print it one single line. We just print it, and just print this page too. And so after that, coming out from a for loop, just print a slash n only. Okay, so let me just run it for one time, and let's see that is working properly. And before that, let's also print the message here. Limits of it are. So let me just run it for one time. Let's see the everything working fine. Okay, so let me just put entered element of a matrix. So suppose 12, 34, 45, 56. We have to print 9 element. 67, 78, 89, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9. So yeah, it's printing perfectly, but something wrong. Yeah, okay. So we have to use this lesson here. Everywhere lesson, so that there is no ambiguity. Okay, from safeguarding from ambiguity, we do that, if you remember that. So let me just run one more time. Enter the rows and column of matrix 3 by 3. Enter the number of element. So suppose 12, 9 element will be there. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, now it's working perfectly fine. So let me just now add those element and print those element. Okay, so how are you gonna do it? So pause the video and try for a logic for yourself. So hope you have find the logic now. For doing that, just what we have to do actually. Let me show you in OneNote. If you don't, guys are not understanding it. OneNote. Okay, let me open OneNote now. So 2D sum. Okay. So how we gonna do it? Let me just draw a matrix first. First of all, let me just draw a matrix. Okay, so there are 9 elements and it's a 3 by 3 matrix. So what purpose is what? You have to sum all these elements of the array. So what will be the sum actually? 1 plus what will be sum? The sum will be, so you can print in any way. Sum of matrix can be done in any way. You can go by row wise manner, suppose this way, or you can go column wise order. Okay, the sum will always be same. Okay, so 5, it will be 45. Okay, so you can take it and into n plus 1, all the elements are natural numbers, so I am applying this formula by 2. So what will be that? 9 number are 9, 9 plus 1 10, 9 into 10 by 5, so 45 will be the sum. 9 into 5 into 45, so 45 will be the sum here. So we just want to do this. So how we gonna perform this? So logic behind this is very simple. Just declare one variable sum. Some variable will be there, and just add one by one element. You can go by row by general or column by general. Doesn't make any difference. So just increment every time the sum with the value of a of I and j. No, this is very simple code. Just we have to declare one more variable and just print that value. Okay. So hope you get this. Now let me do that in code. So just here itself you can do here itself. So there are many ways to do it actually. You can do declare the variable sum itself here and just add the value in the same in the elements here and just print out the values. So this will be a very easy way to do. And one more way is just print the matrix here. Okay, take the input from the user and print the matrix, then apply the sum and then display the matrix. You can do it anyway, but just just a case of difference in orientation and the way the code look. Logic will be same always. So let me just do it in a more confined fashion. Okay. So the sum of element printf, or no need to do this, because we are just printing a sum, so we can do it itself here. Okay. So sum plus equal to a of I and j. Okay, so hope this is making sense to you guys. So we're just adding the element in itself when we are declaring it. So let me just declare the variable sum here, sum equal to 0. Okay, so hope this will do the pretty much everything. Let me just print the sum. So just print the message first. The sum of all the element of the matrix R is, so this is and print the sum. So it will do the pretty much everything. So let me just, so into that element, so suppose 3 by 3 matrix. Now element we have to store just 4 5 6 7 8 9. So sum should is 45. So first of all it will display the matrix, then calculate the sum. So matrix is this and the sum is this. You can see this. Okay, so hope this is clear to you guys. This is very simple code, nothing else to do. So now our next code will be what? Everything will be same. Our next code will be, now we have to calculate the sum of odd and even number. Sum of odd and even number. So you can see this is very easy. Very obvious. Everything is easier to do as we are doing in the numbers itself. Whatever we are doing in the matrix, as same as we are doing in the number itself. Just a way of how we gonna take the input and display the output. It's the logic, and accept that everything the logic is same. So you can analyze from this part. It's very easy to work on matrix unless you just remember the way how you gonna take the input from the user and display to the output screen. That's the only way. Okay, that's the only way you have to remember. Everything else is same. Okay, so some even an odd and even element of matrix. So how are you gonna do it? It's pretty simple. Again, just got this. So this is very easier. Okay, so some of you might not be getting it, so let me just do it for you guys. Okay, even odd. Okay, so suppose how are you gonna do it actually? So some of you might come up with a logic. So suppose, and if you haven't come, let me show you that. Okay, suppose the array is okay. So how we gonna do it? Calculating the odd and even. So some of you might have come with the logics. It's a very simple code. So no need to explanation. If you are done, I have shown you the earlier in a number system part also how we have to do it, and number simple number system way also simple number. When we are dealing with simple numbers, integer numbers, we have also come out with a code sum of odd number and even number. So something same thing we have to apply in the matrix. Okay, so nothing more. So just list out the even numbers here. So what will be even number? Even numbers are very simple thing else to do. And what are the odd number here? So these are pretty much everything. And just just list out the even numbers and list out the odd number and sum them up separately. So whatever is sum here and whatever sum here, we just have to display the sum. So pretty easy. Just use the modulus function here and to finding up the all the even number and just add up to the variable sum. Suppose sum even to we have to declare now two variable, so sum even and sum odd. Okay, so just use a modulus operator and two variable. Okay, so logic is simple, pretty much clear. Okay, so let me just do that for you guys. So we have to declare two variable here, sum even equal to 0 and sum odd equal to 0, and everything will be same. Just we have to check it here on condition. So if a of ij is what, how we check the even number here? If I of ij modulus 2 equal to 0, so it will be even number. So what we have to do, we just have to update the variable sum even. So a of ij plus equal to plus equal to a of ij. Okay, hope it is clear to you. Shorthand dependency I am using. Else what you have to do, we have to update the sum of odd number plus equal to a of I j. Okay, so just we'll do the pretty much everything. We just have to at the end print the sum. We have to change this, print the sum of even number. So we have to, what we have to do, just print the even, and sum of odd number will be the same. Just let me copy this. We have to print the slash and 2 now. Okay, just make it odd. So this code is pretty much simple. Just run it. No way to do 3 by 3 matrix. Take the element at 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 to 9 element are there, and let me just find it here. So what will be sum there? 12 or 20. The sum will be 20 here, and what will be sum here? 12, 15, 16. So sum will be 16. So let me see that the output is coming or not. Okay, sum of even number is 20 and sum of odd number it is printing 25. Okay, let me see what is the error here. So okay, there was no error actually. If you see, the code is working fine. Just I made mistake here, so pardon me for my mistake, calculation mistake. So I just forgot to add the number 9 here. So you guys might have solved it by yourself. Okay, so sum will 25. So now it's working cool, fine. Okay, so that is the case here. So hope you guys understand this code. So now moving on, let me show you how to add the element. What we have to do, some matrix, what we have to do now. So actually now we have to I will declare two matrices. Okay, so suppose this matrix A and matrix B will be two matrices. Now we are going to the sum of two matrix code. Okay, so first of all we will take two matrices and which will have element something, and another type just 7 8 9, and we have to create new matrix having the sum of these two matrices. So hope you guys remember from your basic mathematics class how to do sum. So we have to just add the element of corresponding, suppose this matrix is A and this matrix is A, so we have to add the element of a corresponding rows and column or cell of A to the particular rows and column or cell of B. So 7 plus 1 will add it. So what will be the result? So the result will be 8 here. Now corresponding rows and column and corresponding rows and column on A and B will be added to 2 and 8 will be added to sum will be 10, and again 3 and 9 will be added, so sum will be 12. Okay, and similarly 12. Okay, so this will be the output come up to when we add the two element. So how we gonna perform this? So what could be the logic design of this? So pause the video for a moment and think about your own logic. So hope you guys have think your own logic. Now let me give you my logic, and this will very simple thing. So just I will add, just I will declare some variable sum, and just add, and we perform one loop. First of all, we take the input from the user genuine as usual, and just run the loop 0 to n, 0 to n minus 1, or whatever. And one more thing to remember, that for making sum of all two matrices, matrix must be compatible, means two matrices must be identical, means the each dimension must be identical. You cannot add 3 by 2 3 by 3 matrix into 3 by 2 matrix. Hope this is clear for my basic mathematics class. 3 by 3 matrix will be added to 3 by 3 matrix to give result in 3 by 3 matrix, okay, which will be not in case of multiplication, which I will show you later. So just what you have to do, just I will draw, I will draw a loop from 0 to n minus 1, and just we add the element of both the matrix. So sum of a of I, sum of ij, plus equal to b of ij. We have to declare the matrix here itself here also. So sum of ij. So sum will be another matrix which is resultant of both the matrix, and you just add those matrix and stored in another matrix, and that's display the matrix. Okay. So hope this is clear. This is pretty much everything. This is the logic I will be using. Okay. So you guys might have come with your own logic, but this is my logic. Okay. So let me show you now the code now. So we have already taken the first element, first matrix. Now we have to do with the second matrix still. So just nothing else to do. So just copy. Let me copy this part. Okay, this is similar for the matrix 2 also. So that's why I'm copying it. So you guys can just copy this and change it here. Matrix 2, matrix 2, matrix 2, matrix 2. Matrix 1 part, and just erase this part, we don't need now, right now. And this also, okay, we are not calculating the sum now, we are calculating the sum of the matrix now, not the individual element or even odd element. So that's why I'm erasing this part, just taking the input from here and here itself too. Okay, so this is how you can easily transfer from one code to another, you know. So just displaying the matrix part here also, so you have to use it. Matrix 2, matrix 2. Okay, so now it is, now we have taken the input from the viewer. You can see the we have taken the input, and first you have declared two, now I have to declare the one more variable, that is b of m and n, or you can do it in a separate place also. Okay, so let me show you that, it will be more clear. So this is everything about the first array. So just use some space there, and for this is for the second matrix, matrix 2. Okay, so I will declare the matrix 2 here itself here, int b of m and m same dimension. Okay, otherwise the addition is not feasible. Okay, so same dimension here, and we are taking the matrix now. No need to this, just erase this and actually declare this, it's this matrix here. Okay, it will make more sense to your code. And use b, because we are using the b matrix. So remember, while copying this, don't forget to change this part. Okay, I could have done it from the scratch, but why to waste your time when you have the matrix available? We just have to transform it into another matrix. So if you're getting it, and now you don't need this, so erase this part. Okay, so what else we have to need to change? So first of all, let me see that the code I have written here is everything is correct. Okay, I'm repeating. This is for matrix 1, matrix 1. Okay, so take it 3 by 3 and just element 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So first element printed. Now it is finding for second element, asking for second element. So just put the values there and print it in reverse order. 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So this is the matrix 1. You can see it here. This is matrix 1 and this is matrix 2. Okay. So now I have displayed the matrix 1 and matrix 2. Now let me just print out these two matrices and display the sum. It's their sum. Okay. So I hope you have got the logic which I have described here. Just use this logic. Okay, nothing else. So just we have to run one more loop. Okay, to sum code, write it here. Logic for MA summation of two matrices. Matrices. Okay. So just define one variable here, I equal to 0, I less than m. Okay, hope you are getting it. This is pretty easy. We are using a lot of loops, so it must have clear to you now. Equal to 0. You shouldn't make any mistake in in doing it faster way, but just so what is the logic here? So we have to also declare one other matrix which we'll call it, let's call it as sum or s, and which will dimension have same as other matrix. So and and we just add the element here. It is empty matrix and we just add the element here and display it sum. Okay, so if you're getting it, sum of nm equal to plus equal to what? First element sum for corresponding rows and column of first element, and then corresponding rows and column of second element. Okay, hope this is clear. So this is pretty much the logic here, and we just displayed us sum there. For displaying we have to run one more loop. Okay, so just let me copy this. So now and we now don't have to make a sum here. We just use printf now. Printf %d s of I and j. So we just have to print this element, and after that prints new line after every row. Okay, so this is pretty much everything. Let me just run it. Hope the code is clear to you. Very simple. I'm just taken two matrices here, matrix 1 here. Okay, this is the part of matrix 1, and I just displayed a matrix 1, and now we take an input of matrix 2. Okay, and I displayed a matrix 2, and now the logic for summation, and I am declaring one more array and just making the sum and displaying the sum. Okay, so simple mistake can make happen. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, and the first element is printed. Now the second array, let me take it in reverse order first. So all element will be added in the same manner, and that sum will be 10. Okay, so you can see. So that was the code. Okay, so that's all for all. So I was about to show you the matrix multiplication part also, but it's take a lot of time to explain it, so I will cover it in the next video, and after it will be definitely my last video on matrix, definitely my last video on the 2D array, where I will show you the matrix multiplication part. It is a bit of long code. Okay, so in that part actually we have to design two matrices, and then we have to multiply those two matrices, and for multiplication part we have to take one row of this matrix and one column of this matrix, and we just multiply this single element and just add the other elements with it multiplication and add it. Okay, so you remember from your intermediate classes. So we'll be see that in the next lecture. Okay, and hope it is very interesting video for you, to those who are interested in coding part. Hope it's easier for of this lecture interesting for you guys and informative at the same time. And in the next lecture I will show you the matrix multiplication part, and that will be the last lecture on 2D array. And after that I will discuss with you, or I will teach you pointers. The most important topic of C is pointers. Okay. So thanks for watching. See you soon. Take care.